Hello everyone, Lytro Storm here, and today we are going to be finishing What If the Ginyu Force Became Good. If you haven't already seen the previous 3 parts, you need to do so now. Use the link in the description and comments section to catch up. But with that being said, we're going to get straight into this video right now. Once Trunks, Vegeta, and Ginyu regroup, they all head back into the future once more. They find Mai once again, and then proceed to attack Black and Zamasu. They each use their highest forms, and Trunks is mainly just going to be holding off Zamasu. Ginyu and Vegeta both proceed to fight Frieza Black together, managing to push him a bit, but not really having that much of an impact. They both get tossed aside pretty quickly, and so the gang regroups. Trunks tells Ginyu and Vegeta that he learned fusion, so they could try to do that. Ginyu says that his current body is too short for that, and there's not going to be enough time to teach Vegeta, so there's only one option left. Vegeta looks at Ginyu, asking what he means, and sees the pose that has been used on him multiple times now. Ginyu yells, "Change now!" So both he and Vegeta swap bodies once again. He tells Vegeta to distract them, and so he does his best in this body, but he's pretty angry that he has his body swapped yet again. And so while Vegeta is holding Zamasu off, at the same time Trunks and Ginyu perform fusion, becoming Vegetunks. Once again, I know this is technically Ginyu, not Vegeta, but the body fusing with Trunks is Vegeta's, so we're just going to call it that instead. So anyway, the fusion is much more powerful than either before them. However, because Ginyu doesn't quite know how to use the God forms in Vegeta's body, Trunks' Super Saiyan 2 is going to be the best they've got. But thankfully, Ginyu knows of Super Saiyan 3 due to the use of it from Gotenks and Goku previously, and so that allows them to at least tap into that. So, a Super Saiyan 3 Vegetunks will now save Vegeta and proceed to body slam both Frieza Black and Zamasu. This does make Frieza Black adapt though, but he and Zamasu quickly realize that they can't win like this. So they fuse and become Merged Zamasu. However, this time it'll probably look a little bit different, since it'll be Frieza instead of Goku's body fusing. At this point, Vegetunks starts having a lot more difficulty and will eventually be taken down and forced to defuse from the superior fusion. But Zamasu isn't just going to let them escape after they defuse. This forces Trunks to unlock Super Saiyan Rage and try to hold them off while Vegeta and Ginyu get out of there. They swap bodies back once again and try their best to come up with a plan. They talk to Shin and Kibito, asking to borrow their earrings, as they are ready to make the sacrifice of fusing permanently if it means that they win. Remember that they only found out it wasn't permanent from Kawasu. Also, Frieza doesn't really have ears, so Ginyu would have to jam the earring in order to make it stick. But they're not going to go in fused. They're going to wait until they get in there to assess the situation. When they arrive, Mai and Trunks are nowhere to be found, but Merged Zamasu stands strong, ready to kill them both. Thankfully, Vegeta and Ginyu fuse together and become Vegeta. Once again, name change because it's Frieza's body. It is a very weird looking fusion, but style isn't really that important. Vegeta goes golden, and since it's slightly superior to the blue form, this allows him to beat Merged Zamasu quite easily and just slam him around, trying to get revenge for Trunks and Mai. But Zamasu ends up adapting and becoming corrupted, giving him the purple arm as well. He is now able to contend with his rival fusion and give him a good battle like he did to Vegito in canon. But eventually, Vegeta and Ginyu defuse and they're left on the ground. Shin and Gawasu then arrive, trying to reason with Zamasu as future Trunks makes his return. He's heavily injured, but he's still alive. Vegeta apologizes for failing his son, but Trunks tells him that they can still win. He gives Vegeta the last of his energy before dying. This infuriates the Saiyan, and he picks up his son's sword, powering it up as he flies. Ginyu sees this and quickly gives Vegeta some of his own energy, and the remaining survivors of the future also do the same. The sword then begins glowing a blue color, and Vegeta swings it at Zamasu with all he's got. At the same time, Ginyu takes Trunks' body and puts it in the time machine, sending it back into the past. Ginyu also goes along with him and tells everyone to hurry and summon Shenron. They quickly do so using the Dragon Balls, and they bring both Trunks and Mai back to life and use another wish to restore Vegeta and Ginyu to their full power. Trunks and Ginyu then head back to the future and find Vegeta using Super Saiyan Blue to fight Zamasu. He wasn't very skilled with the sword, so he ends up dropping it and trying to pick it back up, but he turns around and sees Trunks, holding it himself. Ginyu stands behind him, and the three now work together to beat Zamasu. They manage to do so, ending with Trunks slicing him in half like in canon. After that, Zeno arrives and erases everything, so our three have to join Gawasu and Shin and use the time ring to escape. With that, they have made it back to safety and into the past, so Trunks and Mai then find a new version of their timeline and head there. And with that, the day is saved yet again by Vegeta and Ginyu. So now during their downtime, Ginyu returns to his normal training with Goten, and most of his men do as well, except for Recoome, who stays on Beerus' planet longer to train more intensely. But Zeno does want another tournament, so he announces it to everybody. He also decides to have an exhibition match with Ginyu, Trunks, and Goten also taking part. Trunks goes first, easily beating Basil with little difficulty whatsoever. Goten goes next, having to fight Lavender, but due to his training with Ginyu Force and Tenshinhan, he's more than enough to win this. Ginyu also manages to defeat Bergamo with his golden form, and after that, they have to gather up their team. We're still gonna have Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Tenshinhan, 17, and Roshi, but Goku wasn't there to motivate Krillin, so he never picked up his training. And I think 18 would be less inclined to go without the money, and without Krillin going as well, plus I have better ideas for who can replace them. Obviously Ginyu is going to be there, so that makes 7. Unfortunately, the whole Ginyu Force can't participate, so they decide to pick Recoome since he's been training with Beerus and Whis longer. This leaves only 2 slots. However, we have an easy answer, Goten and Trunks, but I don't really think that is appropriate. Instead, they decide that they need to use Fusion. They'd have a 30-minute maximum, so they'd need to conserve their time and try to prepare in order to be able to use their time more wisely. But this would be the better option, as Ginyu has a much better choice in order to make something much more fitting. And lastly, he decides to contact King Kai. He manages to convince Goku to return for yet another day, as he was the one who befriended almost everyone on the team. He deserved, no, he needed to be there when they fought for their universe. Goku agrees, and so Baba lets him return for yet another day. At this point, the team strategizes until the tournament takes place. Also, Jace, Birder, and Goldo hold up 17's island while he's gone, since Goten and Trunks aren't there. So our team of Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, 17, Tenshinhan, Roshi, Ginyu, Recoome, Gotenks, and Goku is ready for battle. In terms of power, Goku has managed to master his Super Saiyan 3 form, kind of like how Trunks mastered Super Saiyan 2 in the manga, meaning that it's stronger and it has less drain now. Gotenks has Super Saiyan Blue from training with people who have God Ki, and that level of him puts him around Blue tier. Base Recoome is about the same level as Piccolo. Ginyu's golden form puts him about the same level as Blue Kaioken Goku, since he has Frieza's potential. Tenshinhan is also quite a bit stronger here due to his training previously in the series. Everyone else stays about the same as in canon, and with that, we start the Tournament of Power. So the initial Universe 7 circle will be Gohan, Tenshinhan, Piccolo, Roshi, and Gotenks. Recoome and Ginyu focus on taking out the fodder guys, and Goku joins Vegeta in eliminating Universe 9. Vegeta focuses on the stronger ones, while Goku uses his perfected Super Saiyan 3 to wipe out the rest on his own. 17 is also doing his own thing like in canon too. When Botamo and the others attack Universe 7, Gotenks is not going to hold back whatsoever and would go Super Saiyan. He then proceeds to overpower Botamo out of the ring like Gohan did, while everyone else lets loose and eliminates the others. Gotenks is aware that he's on a strict time limit, so he doesn't want to waste any time whatsoever. Frost sees Gotenks and would try to off-guard him, but Gohan has his back. At that point, Gotenks proceeds to trash Frost yet again and take him out of the ring. This is kind of in revenge for him poisoning him in their last fight in the Universe 6 saga. Recoome helps take down the wolves from Universe 4, and Tenshinhan is able to knock Hermila out this time. This means that he isn't able to get eliminated. Roshi never gets jumped by Frost as he is now gone, and instead he would continue on to help Goku and Tenshinhan eliminate Gamisaurus, Damon, and Shansa. Both he and Tenshinhan are taken out because of this though. However, Goku stays in and tries to help everyone else where he can. Gotenks fights Kale and Caulifla instead of Goku, making him use Blue to stop Kale, but it fails like it did with Goku, and Jiren takes Kale out himself. Eventually, Ginyu approaches Jiren. The two have a battle, with Ginyu using the golden form to try to fight back. This doesn't end up being enough, and so he also creates a Spirit Bomb. The rest of the team all give him energy minus Vegeta and Gotenks. He throws this at Jiren, but he negates it. So Ginyu uses the golden form to push it back, and even stacks the Kaioken on top of that. This is because, as I said in the last part, he has perfected the golden form, so it really wouldn't strain him that bad. He'd be able to use Kaioken times 20 like Goku does with Blue and canon. This results in Jiren using a lot more of his power and overtaking Ginyu, but he survives and unlocks Ultra Instinct Omen. He is now able to fight Jiren before eventually being taken down like Goku was. Hit steps in to fight next, but he gets eliminated by Jiren. With most of the team still intact for Universe 7, they all proceed to do their best to stay in the ring. Recoome gives his captain some energy, allowing for him to keep going in the tournament. Ginyu now has to fight Kale and Caulifla, so he proceeds to easily beat them up using the Golden form. He doesn't have any middle forms like Super Saiyan, so Golden is his best compared to his base form. This quickly makes Caulifla and Kale fuse into Kefla, but it's a weaker version since they didn't adapt as much. Super Saiyan 2 Kefla clashes with Golden Ginyu, and they go about evenly here. But Ginyu does eventually use the Kaioken, which forces Kefla to adapt even more. She ends up reaching his level of power, and this pushes Ginyu to reawaken Ultra Instinct Omen once again. With that, he eliminates Kefla with little difficulty. On the flip side, Goku fights against Kaba using his perfected Super Saiyan 3. The two clash, with Kaba's Super Saiyan 2 actually winning. Kaba is actually able to beat Goku and beat him up pretty badly here. This forces Goku to use something that he learned in Otherworld, a Dragon Fist. This move is able to hurt Kaba quite a bit, which makes Kaba get much more serious, and Goku knows that he can't win this fight. So he launches himself at Kaba and tries to take him down with him. He utilizes the instant transmission technique to dodge Kaba's blow, and then grab him and take him off the edge. The two are now both eliminated, with Goku regretting that he couldn't have done more. Thankfully, the team is doing alright without him, as now we've got Ginyu, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, 17, Recoome, and Gotenks left. Ginyu, Recoome, and 17 all fight Universe 2's warriors, while the others challenge Universe 3's robots. Thankfully, both teams end up victorious over their opponents, so Universe 2 is erased, and Anilaza is born. Anilaza eliminates Piccolo, but Ginyu, Vegeta, 17, Gohan, and Gotenks are able to eliminate him the same way that the group did in canon. This leaves only Dispo, Topo, and Jiren as the final opponents for our heroes. Recoome and Gohan go to fight Dispo, while the others fight Jiren. Recoome knows that he won't stand a chance in this fight, so he decides to unveil what he has been preparing all this time. His training with Beerus and Whis culminates as he powers up. His aura becomes purple, and his clothes are now tattered. He has unleashed the god form that Topo has as well. With this, he's able to keep up with Dispo, and the two scrap about evenly. Dispo then uses his super maximum light speed mode, and so Gohan steps in. With the two together, they're able to take Dispo down, only sacrificing Recoome, using his full power in this god form. So now Gohan goes over to help fight Jiren, but that's when he's stopped by Topo. The gang knows that Gohan won't be able to go and win alone, so Gotenks heads over to aid him. The two work together and try their best to fight Topo off. They're able to push him a good bit, but it just isn't enough to defeat him. Gotenks knows that his time is running out, so he creates some Super Ghost Kamikazes and shoots them at Topo before jumping off the ring himself. He appears on the bench and defuses quickly, showing that he did it just in time. Topo is now injured from these attacks, and so Gohan continues fighting him, with the two now being evenly matched. 17 leaves after Vegeta unlocks Blue Evolution, and so he goes to help Gohan out. With the two together, they're able to push Topo into his God of Destruction mode. This allows him to take Gohan out of the ring quite quickly. Vegeta also goes over to Topo, with 17 joining Ginyu against Jiren. Vegeta manages to take Topo out of the ring using a self-detonation like in canon, and with that, we now have 17, Vegeta, and Ginyu to battle Jiren. Of course, this leads to 17's sacrifice, leaving only Vegeta and Ginyu left. Vegeta then steps up to fight Jiren, only to be taken out like in canon, and gives his energy to Ginyu. At this point, the captain tries his best to fight as well, and goes on to complete Ultra Instinct. With this, he is now able to eliminate Jiren once and for all. 17 then also reappears as Ginyu's body finally gives in. The android wishes for the universes to be brought back, and so they are. After that, Goku heads back to Otherworld, and the Broly movie takes place the same, but with Barry Blue ruling Frieza's army. This means no Paragus death, so Broly is just going to be beaten by Ginyu and Vegeta alone. After that, Ginyu decides to recruit Broly as a new honorary member of the Ginyu Force, as he could tell that he was a good guy, while Paragus is forced to calm down and give up on his revenge, because, I mean, what else is he gonna do? Die? And because I don't cover the Dragon Ball Super manga, since we're doing the anime timeline, this is the end of this series for now. I do want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you liked the finale. But as always, tell me if you liked this series, comment your requests for future videos, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, Have a great day.